All right, y'all. Here's a little lesson in humility. I was about to crash out. I was about to call McFarlane out on lying. You call it, you name it. I was about to do it. I was going to go in. And here I am doing my little research. And man, I was wrong. So, real fast lesson. It's always important to do your due diligence before you crash out, because had I done it, I would have made a complete butt of myself. So let's get on with the review. All right, so here it is, the figure I was going to crash out over. The McFarlane Toys Spawn Blood Axe. So, just for starters, there's the card he comes with. Blood Axe. Guess you need to read that. Of course, he comes with, one of these little digital cards. And then he comes with this stand, which you may or may not need, because for all points and purposes, this figure is a statue. And that's what my issue was. And I was very upset, and I had to stop myself, because I once I started doing my due diligence, because unlike some YouTube channels, I like to actually know what I'm talking about. And so I went, looking online and seeing if it said anything about articulation, and it didn't. So that prompted me to just go back, look at the figure all together, and say, okay, now is this figure worth what they're asking for? Does it have some articulation? Yes, but this is much like the older McFarlane figures back in the day. So I was not a big fan. However, I do have a new appreciation for statues, but I like to know that I'm buying a statue before I buy that statue, right? However, it looks like this figure was updated so that it can go on the horse. But for anybody else who's wondering, yes, there is some articulation. It does move a little bit, but you're not going to get anything too crazy out of this guy. He's kind of fixed posed, if you will. But there are a lot of things to like about it. And for one, just the overall paint and detail is really, really good. And that brought me to another realization. So let me show you the horse before I get all into that. So here's a horse. I thought that this horse was just a reuse, and I didn't think anything of it, right? So again, I was upset. And as I started grabbing my other figures so that I can make this video, because again, I was getting ready to crash out, y'all, I learned that this horse, is a new sculpt. And how do I know that? Well, let's bring in another figure, shall we? Here is the, what's his face? Screw it. I don't need to know his name right now. But, hey, Jonah Hex. There you go, y'all. It took a minute. I'm getting old. Here's the old horse. This is the same horse, the Witcher horse, the Superman, what was it, the Batman versus Superman horse, the Frank Miller, Frank Miller's toys. This is the same horse. If you own the Gunslinger Spawn, same horse. But it is updated. It is a new sculpt. They're not the exact same. Even though they look, they're pretty much the same build, but they're not the exact same. And of course, it's articulated. So it has the same exact articulation scheme as the other horse. All right. My next thing was, okay, since this is a statue, is it worth the price? So I picked up one of these. Again, I'm so angry and upset, I'm getting ready to go in. But what I realized is, this has significantly less paint than either one of these two figures. And I said, okay, now I'm starting to see where the money went. So adding the articulation to this figure The paint on this figure, you know, the fact that it has the metal chain and this, and again, it's painted. There's no, you know, the little flock, little fur up here. You know, there's no denying that it's painted. And I said, okay, this is a $30 statue, essentially. So if I take this in with the horse, which the Witcher horse was 40 bucks, this probably would have been 40 bucks as well. I said, okay, I see where the price point came. So I'm not really mad at what I paid for it, I guess is what I'm getting at. Because at first I was, because I thought I was bamboozled. So with that, all that being said and all that preamble out the way, let's put guy on horse. So let's see, horse right here. And I'm sorry, y'all, I'm kind of doing this on the fly, so bear with me. But that being said, oh, this does rotate for you, so you can, I guess, get it up under the, I don't even know what they call it. The little thing that he barely reaches. So the little thing that he barely reaches. I'm just gonna leave that at that. They're there though. So you put them on there like such. Y'all, I'm gonna have to pick up my camera because my camera doesn't look up as far. So bear with me. All right, so here he is on the horse. He pretty much fits on there pretty good. I mean, it sucks that you can't get the feet in here. That does suck. Yeah, that definitely sucks. But he does hold on pretty good. Just with that, the horse is standing on its own with nothing added. Yeah, so all in all, I don't have really a whole lot to say about this figure. I will say this, lesson learned for me: before you crash out all your toys, do your due diligence. But just making this video, this review, really just to kind of warn anybody else that's thinking about getting it. As for me, I'm all in on Spawn, so I'm okay with it. But I can understand why others wouldn't be. So, you know the motto: if you like it, get it. If not, well, leave it on the shelf. Quick update. After some fidangling, yes, I was able to get his feet. Kind of, sort of. This one is, he's tiptoeing up in there. But that one did go in a little bit better. You know, you can do that. Again, I'm not trying to say that it's the best in the world, but again, this was a warning video to anybody else that was confused like me. But anyway, y'all have a good one.